guys, what's up? It's Joe Ready from Rady's Rise. We're back here at Volkswagen Brandon, and guess what? I have that redesigned top-selling Volkswagen in a different trim than what I've already brought to you. What am I talking about? This vehicle right here. This is it. This is a 2025 redesigned Volkswagen Tiguan. This particular one is an SE trim, so it's right there, smack dab in the center of their lineup. But before we get into this bright silver compact crossover with some big changes, let's talk about what's going on here. So the Tiguan is their #1 selling SUV here in the United States. And for a while, it's been a little bit of an oddball because it's a compact crossover, but it had 3 rows. Who was sitting in that 3rd row? I have no idea. But for 2025, not only did they get rid of the 3rd row, they really elevated the whole exterior, interior, and underneath the hood to give you a better driving experience. Now, this compact crossover class is huge, and there's some pretty big players, especially when you look at the Honda CR-V and the Toyota RAV4. So what I want to find out is, can this new Tiguan compete with those 2 Japanese icons? Let's go ahead. Let's dive into our metallic silver SE trim and see if we can find out. Right off the bat, all new look, and they really brought that special style. Now, at the front of the business, you're gonna get LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, and LED turn signals. Now, one of my favorite things is Volkswagen, I think, does a fantastic job with their lighting and the size of the housing. You'll see how the actual housing continues into the center here, all the way across. And then as we work our way down, we have that brilliant silver with large functional air curtains and just a little bit of gloss black, a little bit of flat black, no gloss black, and a little bit of this flat gray finish. But definitely gives it a more muscular look to the Tiguan. Now, as we come across the front nose, you have that Volkswagen badge. Like the way they notched that out in the top bumper area. Working our way down, fully functional in the middle, fully functional along the bottom. You do have active aero shutters that open and close to let more or less air in. And I am happy that they just went simple flat black on the bottom portion of the grille. But let me know what you think about the face of this particular Tiguan, the SE trim. Remember, this is not a top trim. We already brought you the top trim. I'll leave a link of that SELR line at the end of this review. Now, as we rise up, love the way they raise the nose. So this top portion is not the hood. This is the front fascia, and then the rest is gonna be the hood. And you'll notice how the center drops down, which leaves you with these 2 higher peaks on each side. Gives it that nice, clean German style. Now, as we come around the bend, what are we working with wheel and tire setup? So on this SE trim, you have these nice machine aluminum wheels. If you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size? It's actually a 19-inch wheel. Tires are gonna be 235 on the width, 50 series sidewall, and yes, you do have some flat black around the fender opening. It's nothing too crazy, so I'm okay with it, especially because this is not a top trim. Let me know what you think about the wheel design on this particular Tiguan. It's clean. I like the machine aluminum, especially with the silver. Now, coming down the rest of the vehicle, we have the silver on the mirror caps, LED turn signals. From the side of the vehicle, compact. So if you want to go bigger than this, you got to go Atlas. That's a midsize. You have raised aluminum style roof rails, bright shiny metalwork only along the top, not the bottom. And then you're going to have color match on the door handles. Love the way they designed the belt line here that goes all the way towards the back. And then just like up front, you have the flat black and that flat silverish gray color, which actually blends in nicely because of the silver finish on this SE trim. Working our way towards the rear, you'll notice how the trim flares out into the rear quarter panel. And then out back, what do we got going on? Nice long roof spoiler with a little bit of kick up. My one zonk is this guy right here. This needs to be tucked underneath so it sweeps down rather than being exposed. But boy, oh boy, look at the lights, the tail lights. Fan freaking tastic. Volkswagen does a great job. All LED, no Thomas Edison light bulbs. I even like the way it extends into the center here where the Volkswagen badge is. You got the Tiguan name, SE, just to let people know that you don't have a base. And then working your way down, you have, once again, the flat black with that flat gray finish balances very nicely. But let me know what you think about the exterior, especially comparing this to a CR-V or the RAV4. We're gonna pop the hood and talk about horsepower. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have hood struts. Underneath the hood, tasteful engine cover, covers up all those hoses and tubes and wires. What do we got going on underneath it? It's a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4, puts out 201 horsepower, 207 pound-feet of torque. It is bolted to an 8-speed traditional torque converter automatic transmission. 0 to 60 in about 8.5 seconds. Top speed is governed to 114 miles an hour, but guess what? MPGs, 29 in the city, 34 on the highway, and the vehicle weighs 3,600 pounds. Now, because ours is front-wheel drive, it could tow up to 1,500 pounds. If you have all-wheel drive, it could tow up to 1,800 pounds. But why don't we go ahead? It's got more horsepower than a CR-V. It's got about the same amount of horsepower as a RAV4. Why don't we go ahead, fire it up, and see it zoom off. All right, guys, we're inside this redesigned 2025 Volkswagen Tiguan. Remember, this is not the top trim. This is an SE. So make sure in your mind, you're comparing apples to apples and not apples to grapes, because that's the worst comparison you could do. Totally different. This, though, being an SE trim, I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I'm looking at CRVs. I hate CVTs, so I can't do a CRV. RAV4, not in love with it, but I do like this Tiguan. How much is it? Very good question. Being an SE trim, the way it's spec'd, has an MSRP of $34,000. Pretty good value. Let's see if it can own up to the value price with some goodies. Let's check it out. To the door panels. I love the material. So you have soft touch up top. Now, before you get upset about that gloss black, that's actually ambient lighting at night, which shines through, which gives it a nice elevated feel. Then you have this Alcantara style gray material with contrast stitching, soft armrests with more contrast stitching, and then you have a large door pocket there where you could get that Whopper brisket from Burger King and a large Coke to wash it down. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, same thing, the soft touch. I like the silver. And then this all illuminates at night, which is really cool. More of that Alcantara. Slide on in. You have a 12.9-inch infotainment system. This is where you could adjust all your ambient lighting. Roy G. Biv all day long. And if you don't know what Roy G. Biv is, you need to look that up on Google. It's the colors of the rainbow, man. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. We got 3 stages of heated seats, no ventilated seats. To get into your AC controls, you gotta touch the screen. You hit climate, here's all our climate control. So everything is in the screen, which is a bit of a bummer. Not my favorite, but what's good is you don't direct the AC vents on the screen. They're still manual. We can go into our car settings, go back to all of our different apps, easy, nice swipe features, atmospheres, it's gonna be your different modes and whatnot. And then right back to where you started. Oh, let me throw it into reverse. Backup camera, not the best resolution, but at least you got the trajectory and you got the radar sensing all around you. You could change the view a little bit. That looks a little weird. Looks like somebody just punched me in my eyes. I like that view better. Now you do have a new electric shifter mounted on the steering column. It's a twist and then a push. So you push it to go into park. Push it real good. Down below, flat black, a place for some small Twizzlers, maybe some Tootsie Rolls. You have your Tiguan key fob. Nice, classy look, 2 cup holders. And then you'll notice our high tech on the controls here. You could actually make adjustments here that change the screen up there. Kind of cool the way that's happening all through the knob here. And then of course you could adjust your volume very easily. Now if you're looking for the start stop button, they put it to the left of the knob. Emergency brake is on the other side. You do get wireless charging, 2 USB-Cs, and enough place to where you could put 4 hot pockets. Make mine a pepperoni. Soft touch with the stitching. Open it up. You got a nice little tray. You could keep it or you could take it out. Maybe you could put some honey roasted peanuts, and then you got a 12 volt and you got room underneath to where you could put a Hostess apple pie. Let me know in the comment section what's your favorite Hostess pie. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, they have apple, cherry, blueberry, lemon, and they even have a chocolate pudding pie. That's Steven's favorite. He eats that every time we film. Seats, love the soft material, the two-tone, the Alcantara style, nice bolstering, manual adjustments for the passenger. I have electric assist here for the driver. No sunroof on an SE trim. And you do have a lighter headliner, but it matches nicely with this two-tone interior. But why don't you go ahead, get your butt over here. I want to show you behind the wheel in this new Tiguan. All right guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have those power seat controls, easy to get to, which is nice. Seats are comfy, supportive. I'm not surprised. Volkswagen always does a great seat. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of headroom. Steering wheel, the leather, the beautiful crisscross applesauce stitching, flat black on all the switch gear. You do have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. And then you got that 10.25 inch digital gauge cluster, which you could change the views. That is an ultra nice touch. Clear graphics, love the displays, really easy to read, and you get to choose exactly what you want. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the back seat because I'm so happy there's not a third row. We just have one other row to do. Then I'm gonna show you that cargo area. Let's get back there. All right guys, back seat time. Love the two-tone seats, and I love this soft material. You got pockets behind the seat. You could easily put 4 Annie's Ann's pretzels, AC vents, 2 USB-Cs, and a place where you could put some chiclets. Sitting back here, feels good, comfy. Pull this down, nice armrest, 2 cup holders. Let's go ahead and get in that cargo area so I can show you how much more room there is in this Tiguan than the previous model year. All right guys, time to get in the cargo area. Hit it, don't quit it. Gives you a nice electric assist on the rear lift gate, and then you're gonna be greeted to a nice generous amount of room. This is what happens, like I said, you get rid of the third row, it really opens things up. You're looking at 27 cubic feet of space with the back seat up. Fold the back seat down, it's really easy. You just do that, look at that. 1, 2, 3, let's see if the other side will go down all the way. Boom! Yes! 57 cubic feet of space, nice and flat. You'll notice you also do have handles that I could have pulled, duh, but you can do it from the top of the seat. Got a place here where you could put your 2 balls. When you're done playing with your balls and you're in public, you can put your 2 tennis balls back here. And then what do we have underneath the cargo floor? Do we have a spare? Yes! You do get a spare. Nice to see that. And a 12 volt. I'll put the cover back on. There's your 12 volt. But why don't we go ahead? It's that time. If you're ready, I'm ready. We got a redesigned Tiguan. Let's see what the driving experience is. All right, guys, we're leaving Volkswagen Brandon. We're in this 2025 Tiguan SE. And right away, I love the way that it's appointed in here. I mean, all the materials feel really good. Seats are comfortable. And the engine is nicely paired with that 8-speed automatic. Visibility out the front is great. They pull the A-pillars far apart. Visibility out the back is great as well. And just a nice driving experience. I'm really digging the silver with the two-tone color of this interior. It really makes it feel more high-end. Nicely balanced, not a bunch of body roll, which is great. The only thing you can't do is there's no manual shifting if you needed to manually shift for one reason or another. But there's not a lot of road noise and not a lot of wind noise, which is a big plus. Handles great though for a crossover SUV. Getting to that 12.9-inch infotainment system screen is well within reach. You got the heated seats, nice soft touch on the armrest. You can even extend the armrest, which is a big plus as well, because sometimes they put these armrests too far back. Nice to be able to extend it out. But let's go on throttle on the highway and see how it goes. On throttle. Not the fastest, but at least it's got enough pep to get out of its own way. There is going to be a higher rated version coming soon with more horsepower, so stay tuned to Rady's Rides for that, because we'll be bringing it to you. But the sound deadening material in here is really good, and the amount of room in here is really, really good. It's nicely organized. Not a bunch of gloss black all over the place. On throttle. Little bit of turbo lag, but it's not like you're gonna be drag racing people in this, I wouldn't think. But it rides really nicely, especially with the seats. And it's nice that it comes with a power driver's seat. Just everything laid out very, very well in here. Lots of storage space, which is great. And at night, like I said, all of this lights up ambient lighting, which is a nice touch. I do like the way it's got the simple switch gear on the steering wheel. None of that haptic button stuff. It's just, I wish there were some manual controls for things like AC and the heated seats, instead of having to do everything in the screen, including your automatic start-stop feature is in the screen. But I think your passengers are going to love the room that's in that back seat area, because there is more of it. And I really think this SE trim is the sweet spot in their lineup. And yes, you can get all-wheel drive as well. But I hope that this has been a good, quick overall review of this SE trim of the new redesigned Tiguan. We're going to get back to Volkswagen Brandon and wrap this one up. So I will see you in a split second. All right, guys, another great day in so many ways here at Volkswagen Brandon. Definitely got to thank Paul and the rest of the team getting us access to this 2025 redesigned Tiguan, this being the SE trim. Let me know what you think. Can it compete with the best from Japan with the CR-V and the RAV4? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, but if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. I'll come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rides family. Gotta get up to Stephen Flood. He's going to be walking this fall the Appalachian Trail, so if you live close to the Appalachian Trail, stop by and root Stephen on as he walks from Florida all the way to Canada. So thank you, Stephen, for all that you do, and just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.